A Dream of Arabia is the very first Broadway-style theatrical production of Arabic and Middle Eastern music and dance. The idea came from the history of Middle Eastern dance, the authenticity that's lacking in the West and most of the world. You know, if you ask anybody, have you ever seen Middle Eastern dance? You know, the first thing that they'll say is, oh yeah, I was at some Middle Eastern restaurant a couple of days ago and I saw something. And, you know, clearly that is not our dance at all. And so we really saw an opportunity as music producers as well as theater producers to bring a show together that for the first time introduces the real authentic dances and the music of the region in a way that's accessible. Many people and civilizations and cultures interacted, and they created this amazing universal language of movement, dance, and music. And we wanted to highlight that. To keep the authenticity and the level to where it needed to be, we literally went on a global hunt to find who are the best dancers who can do this, realizing that probably none of them have training in Middle Eastern dance and the proper technique, because it's really not just the movements. You have to get the movement, you have to get the feeling. We are, in a way, cultural ambassadors. You know, we are shaping the experience of hundreds of thousands of people who see the show and hear our music and see the footage of an entire culture. So also the dancers have to embody the respect for the culture, the responsibility, and be able to convey that to an audience. Very few people in life have a voice, and a voice that reaches out to many people. So it's a huge privilege, and it's a huge responsibility. During the show, we do over 140 costume changes. That's an average of 2 costume changes per minute. There are sets that fly in, you know, everything that was created to authentically recreate the environment with the story that we're telling. I wanted to recreate this very specific temple and these very specific columns that are actually in a town in Lebanon called Baalbek, and they're iconic. You know, any picture that you see from the region, you see these 6 columns and then the base of the 7th that's no longer there. And we recreated the columns to exactly match those 6 standing columns. And, you know, it took about 2 months of hand painting every detail, even the little cracks, you know, that are there at the base, every piece of it, to exactly match that, because I want to transport the audience to a place where they actually can see the difference and really be introduced to the culture and to the dance and to the music in a completely different way that has never happened before. You know, every piece that you see, every detail, every color, every piece of string, every piece on a costume, there's a meaning to it and there's a reason why it's there. And you know, despite all of that work, which we do, you know, it's a labor of love and we're incredibly passionate about it. You know, if one person in the audience leaves more educated and it starts a thought process, then everything was worth it. Our founding philosophy of what we do is from east to west, bringing the world together one note at a time. You know, and now I get to do it one note and one step at a time. And so it has been a very conscious effort on our part to create works that not only maintain the culture and the heritage, but also bring it to a very wide audience, in particular in the West. It's a dream. It's a dream of bringing the world together. It's a dream of a cultural revival. It's a dream of giving women the opportunity to represent the culture, which is very rare in today's world. It's a dream of having the audience leave more hopeful about who we are and where we're going, because at the end of the day, it's all about the human condition.